The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He led me in paths of righteousness for His name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for You are with me. Your rod and Your staff, they comfort me. The journey of life can be filled with the unexpected. Sometimes we can be heading along and things are going well and we think we know where we're going and we have confidence and hopes for the future and for how things will be. But then all of a sudden, something comes out of left field, it knocks us for six and we find ourselves in a position, in a place that we could never have anticipated or expected, not in a million years. And that is the way that life goes sometimes. We like to think that we are really in control, that we are the ones making all the decisions. And don't get me wrong, our decisions do have weight and they do have impact. Our choices, they affect ourselves, they affect others around us, often in dramatic ways. But what we want, what we choose, it's not the only thing at play here. There are always other forces at work. Some which care for us, some which don't. And we can find ourselves a little bit lost in the middle of all that. When the dramatic comes, when it's highlighted how little control we have, we're felt left feeling powerless, uncertain, cautious about how to proceed, overwhelmed, filled with grief or with fear. Sometimes that's where life takes us. And the question that comes to us is, what do we do in those moments? Because while we can't control the highs and the lows that come our way, we can decide what we do in them, how we find our way out, who we follow. Are we going to will ourselves free of the overwhelming, the uncertainty, by our own strength and might, by our own struggle, fight our way to freedom, putting the stress and the pressure and the weight entirely on our own shoulders because we are strong and we can do it, and out of a sense of pride and certainty we push our way through? Or are we willing to do the more daring thing, the more vulnerable thing of trusting others? Are we willing to trust the Good Shepherd, the one who is with us, the one who calls us, who beckons us on the path that He is taking? It may not be what we expected or anticipated, but He is one that we can trust. His plan, His purposes, unlike ours, it spreads from one side of time to the other, from beginning to end, past, present, and future. All of it is encompassed in what He is intending and bringing about. Whereas our plans, at times, they are limited to what is right in front of us. I beckon you, particularly in this difficult time, to trust in Him, to put your faith and your hope in Jesus, to listen for His voice, to take time out of all else that is going on and sit in His presence, to pray, to come to His Word, to do the simple things, because those simple things can give us a perspective and a hope beyond where we stand. It can help us see what He is doing in the world and let us feel not so overwhelmed by where we are in this moment and time. Because all things pass eventually, except for Him. He remains. In the uncertainty, He is our certainty, our Good Shepherd.